Met a lot of people. There was a rich white kid in there, rich white man in there, I guess, young. And he said he's 30 years old. He was boating while drunk in his boat out on the lake. So most people aren't getting arrested for boating, only these rich kids. You get right out. No problems. Lots of privilege. But yeah, it's a pit of hell. Pit of hell. Here's their dump where they're dumping stuff. They had to remove all the pipes because they were poison toxins. And they've been removing pipes, I heard. They've been doing some renovations here. They've had a lot of money for that. What's going on with this thing? Shit. There we go. Having problems with the stream again. I don't know what they did to my phone, but it wouldn't go online. Wouldn't do anything. I had to reboot. I don't know what they did. There's the Veterans Memorial. War zones, murder, genocide, mercs. But here's the real one. These domestic terrorists. Travis County Domestic Terrorist Memorial. So here's some of the cops that murdered people and raped people in Travis County for years and years and years. And then we want to like worship them as if they did something. 2001. Yeah, we don't know all these cops. Padron, yeah, he killed a guy at Walmart. Suspicious guy. They just walked up and no, I'm sorry. Padron walked up and tried to kill somebody, and they shot. He didn't know he had a gun. He got shot for jumping people without saying he's awesome police. Yeah, he's a bad cop. But a lot of these cops will jump you on or off duty. They'll jump you. Let's see. Elizabeth Gonzalez's son, Alexander Gonzalez, got murdered by the police. They said he had a gun. He fired on him. It was an off-duty cop and another cop. They showed up and blew him away while he was reaching for his infant in the back seat, trying to protect his infant with his girlfriend in the car. Shot his girlfriend. She already settled for $500,000. And so there's a trial that's going to be going on next month. I think it starts on the 23rd or something like that. And it's going to be against the officers that killed him and lied. There was no gun, according to the mom, according to Elizabeth Gonzalez. So they're, it's pretty typical that the police say that you had a gun when you don't, because that's part of their training is to lie and cover. And anytime, they're always itching to use their gun and kill somebody of color. But like anytime that they do, they have to use I was in fear for my life. I perceived a threat. I eliminated the threat. I did the training. So we're training true killers, true white supremacist killers is what we're training. And yeah, this is where they hide people of color in Austin. Mental health, people with mental health, people with one leg, people with serious disabilities, people that are in a wheelchair, women, who else are they? Veterans and the homeless. I forgot the homeless and the mentally ill too. So shoot, in the earlier 2000s, maybe even the late 90s, the government, meaning Reagan and Rick Perry, cut all the funding to the mental health, kicked people out of the hospitals that needed to be in the hospital, and they put them in jail now. That's the plan, is to put people with mental, instead of taking care of citizens with the money that we pay them. When you go to work, you pay Social Security tax and all sorts of taxes. Every time you buy something, including a car or house, you have to pay taxes. When you have property, you have to pay taxes. When you have a boat or a trailer, you pay taxes. All those taxes go to take care of the public, but the public isn't taken care of. Instead, they're targeted for profit by the same government that you paid your taxes to. This is where the cops go in. They go in this little tiny door. Sometimes they go over there. I'm not sure exactly where they go, but like, here's a cockroach. Hey, cockroach, how are you doing today? Can I ask you a question? Oh, you're not having a good day? I'm sorry. Well, that's karma. So cops are predators. Cops are diseased. Cops are the virus. And we need more accountability. We have zero accountability, yet we've got money to replace pipes, money to make screens, plastic screens, plexiglass screens for people. We protect the government, but we don't protect the people. Maybe we need to disintegrate the government and just take care of ourselves. I mean, we would do better as a population, as a community, if we had community resources like mental health care, instead of putting people and giving people mental health anxiety like myself from going to jail. But that's okay. We persevere, as they say. It's not the same thing as care, but we persevere. I actually like the colors in this bush. It's distressed because they don't care for even their plants. It's not supposed to be yellow. I'm sorry. Yeah, their plants are distressed. But they pay money. We pay money for all this stuff. And here's the Blackwell Thurman Criminal Injustice Center. Betty Blackwell is part of the problem. Whoever the Thurman is part of the problem. So it's closed today because it's Memorial Day. We're supposed to be remembering Memorial Day? I want to say it's Memorial Day. But what's the other day? I think it's Memorial Day. Anyways, what am I thinking? Labor Day or something? Yeah, I think it's Memorial Day. So for the veterans, we put them in jail. We put them in courts. We don't take care of them. In fact, the Fed just decreased the amount of funding for veterans health care. And so there's a lot of veterans that are saying 8647. They're super mad because their benefits got cut. But not all veterans. Some of the active service people are doing fine. They don't get it. And some of the other ones are doing fine. But as far as the ones that got cut off of benefits, got their health care broke, the ones that can't get to dialysis, the ones that can't get their heart medicines, they're pretty pissed. They're pretty pissed. And there's always lots of signs. You can't do this, you can't do that. But there's no control over these guys. Literally last night, if you looked at the live stream, Officer Griffin, who's a dog shooter, he's a dog shooting bad cop, shot Cisco on video, and he denies it. He pretends like he doesn't know what we're talking about now. I don't know if you saw him saying that. I don't know if it's clear because we were yelling at him, because I don't want to have, we're not a platform for Nazis. If you're going to come up and troll and talk mess to us, we're going to go ahead and block you. That's what we're going to go ahead and do. We're going to go ahead and talk over you. You're not going to get a platform here. This isn't Hiram's channel. I'm not giving Nazis a platform. So I might interview them and give them a hard time, but it's not going to be easy. Yeah, I met a couple cops last night that weren't too bad. I forget what their names were. I'm sorry. Rodriguez, Gonzalez, something like that. They weren't too bad, but they weren't the arresting officers. And they acted like they were the good guys. So a lot of times it's just code switching. What the police do is called code switching. And code switching is it's a psychological thing that they do to make themselves look better when they're sociopaths. Let's put it that way. Psycho-sociopaths. When you target others and you don't have any empathy, you're a psycho-sociopath. What the hell is this? Looks like poo. What the hell is this?
I look, you didn't. I didn't see him.
Anyways, this is what it looks like when you get out of jail. You get that. This is what it looks like when you get out of the hospital. You get that. And this is where the cops are right there. They're in that room with the tent. I don't know if they can see out or not. I can see in a little bit. It's a not too busy day, but there was a lot of cops arresting a lot of people last 2 nights ago. See, there's one right there going in. See that? An unmarked gray car is going into the green doors. That's where they arrest people. I'll show you. They can't really do much to me anymore. That's the thing, when you got nothing to lose, you got nothing to lose. So, you know, this is a police car supposedly, VLF 8187, Chevy Silverado Z71. Surprised he even has a front license plate. These cops don't follow laws. It looks like rain too. I'm impressed. I like the rain. So here's the green doors here. I can walk all the way around this place. But here's the jail. I've taught Chinese energy work around here. Oh boy. Yeah, I've taught Chinese energy, what's called Qigong, up on the roof here for years ago to some other citizens that were unfortunately incarcerated. There's their service area right here. I don't know what that's about. I've never been in there. There's a big old mobile mini, what you call it, storage, you know, whatever, you know. And then here it is. No unauthorized access to this facility. Criminal trespass notice. You can't go in there. But these are the big green doors for in, and there's another pair of doors for out. And that's where that police car just took one of their victims. I would say at this rate, 75% of the arrests in Travis County are bogus. And I'd say 100% of the police officers, 99.9% of the police officers, let's say, need to be arrested themselves for treason, for tyranny, for oath breaking, for felonious actions, for raping women, murdering people, stealing money, beating people, targeting the minority, racial profiling, discrimination, white supremacy, Nazism, and all that. There's another one, another clown truck. This is your Klan toy, your number 5267. 140-941-9314, exempt, marked unit. You know what it is? Ford Explorer, I guess. All right. So all the cops are using Fords. I mean, there's a stay weird sticker on someone working at the jail. Staying weird. And here's where they come out. Restricted area. Entry past this point may result in arrest and prosecution under Texas Penal Code 3005. So filming can get you a trespass, supposedly, no matter what the Constitution says. So this door is like 40 foot wide, these two doors. And as you see, they got hinges on them. They're all dirty. This is the belly of the beast, of the evil demons, evil white demons that control the city and keep it white again. That's what they do. That's what they do. What they do. Sorry to inform you guys, that's what's going down. But yeah, I spent like I don't know, 36 hours in here fighting for people's rights, trying to film the police where they didn't want to be filmed. And bad cop was it Petratus, whatever his name is? I can't really get his name right. I gotta look at it again. He was up here with PFAF, another cop, PFAF, I believe. He was in criminal court defending himself from excessive force. I don't know what they did to somebody, but they hurt somebody and got away with it. But it was in the news, so I know that I was calling that cop out after looking in the news, and we knew he was a bad cop. I could tell he was a bad cop. You know, pretty much if you walk up to a skinhead white cop, come on, what do you need to know? He's a skinhead white cop. What else do you need to know? Anything? So yeah, we're out. Other people are getting out. Nobody wanted to interview. There wasn't any jail support or protest this time. I wasn't sure. A lot of times there will be a jail support or protest. And oh, she's here. I gotta go. Anyways, I gotta go find my ride. Here's another entrance over here. I don't know what this one is for. A loading dock. Alright, I'll be back, y'all. I'm back. So, we just walked around the building. This is where the county attorneys and them play, and the, I don't know, probation, I don't know, whatever they are. Lots of white people walking around, not worrying about getting arrested, because the jail's full of brown and black people, people of color, people who are able, like I said, veterans, elderly people, people in wheelchairs that can't hurt nobody. And yet there's a serial killer throwing bodies into Town Lake right now that's probably working with the police or the police, because the medical examiner says they're drowned, but he says there's no water in their lungs. And there's cops raping women, including women on the streets, saying that cops are saying they're going to be under arrest if don't have sex with them. That's considered rape. Coercive sex is called rape because it's not consensual. We got cops murdering people. We got cops hiding it. We got cops burying people in the fields in Austin, all the way to Jackson, Mississippi. If you look up Jackson, Mississippi, you'll see what I'm talking about. And yet, you know, you can't have a flower without going to jail. You can't You can't walk across the street without going to jail when you're filming. You can't film in a public parking lot without going to jail. So, ooh, it does look like rain. It's starting to blow. But yeah, they got all that going on, but we don't have freedom and justice, but we got tax monies. So I say start defunding the government, ask for a refund. Ask for a full refund of all the taxes you paid in your life, because you paid it to the devil. You paid it to this place right here. That's the devil right there. That's where the devil lives. That's where they destroy people's lives, try to get people to commit suicide. Like, I just talked to the psych nurses, they're psych people in there. Right before I was released, they wanted to give everybody a psych quiz. There's another cop going into the green doors down there. You see that? I'm gonna walk down here again, just because I can. But yeah, they wanted. I said, you know, actually, your officers are and your healthcare, your nurses, your psych nurses here have psychological problems, need to be screened. That's what I told them. That's what I told them. So they call in, APD calls in from their car, and dispatch calls the sheriff's department, and then they transfer you from, even if you're falsely arrested, they transfer you from APD into the custody of the Travis County Sheriff's Department. Sally Hernandez and no, she's not La Raza, she's married to La Raza, but she's a white lady, crazy ass white lady that also needs mental health care. I saw her up in here during a protest, a mass arrest, and she watched a black man be tortured. There's people dying here and in Del Valle under Travis County Sheriff's Department care, in custody deaths every year. I don't know how many, because they hide them. The police hide. If you hear of a police, all these are cops right here. Yeah, so if you hear an in custody death, that's negligent homicide or purposeful homicide. And that's what they do, is they torture people. They tortured a man and a woman in here when I was here. Every time I'm here, they torture somebody, strap them down, antagonize them for their free speech. And the Travis County Sheriff's Department says you don't have free speech. What's this crap? What's this crap? Looks like they're doing some fiber optic drilling. So yeah, this place is corrupt. And there's the offices. The officers are corrupt and crazy and insane. There was a lawyer in there, Carlos something. He says he's been on the cover of the Wall Street Journal with his cases. He said he's all awesome and all that shit. And I told him, and so he's in there. Anyways, he was trying to pester me. I told him I'm not talking to you, basically. He said, "Do you understand?" I said, "No, that's a term of practice. It is a legal term of practice. The words that you use and the words that their meaning in law means something totally different. Understand means you're subservient to them. That's what it means. That you understand is under is the operative part of that word. They want you under them." And that's not where people are supposed to be in a democratic republic. We're supposed to be, each one of us is supposed to retain our individual rights and our freedoms, our First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, all of our rights, 14th Amendment, 8th Amendment. And all they do here is cruel and unusual punishment, unconstitutional behavior. And when you mention the Constitution like I did, they slam the door. I was just asking for assistance, contacting my attorneys. I have several that I speak to. I don't have any on retainer right now, but you know, sometimes I do pro bono work. It's required by the bar, and it's you know, they're activist attorneys, so they know what I'm doing. They know what's going on here. They know that there's a whole wave of fascism, of Nazi fascism, MAGA fascism taking over. Our rights are being destroyed daily, and they know all about that. Here's a bondsman. They're sucking up the money. A lot of these are bondsmen. They suck up money. Any town you go to, you'll see bondsmen around the jail, around the police department. So they're all profiting off of racial injustice, targeting white power. Lots of white power going on down here. Hey, what's up? Howdy. Yeah, lots of white power. Howdy, okey doke bullshit out here. But in the meantime, people of color, we need to unite up against the police, up against the system. The white people aren't going to join us. I'm sorry, y'all. 50-51. resist Austin, they don't care about you. They don't care about me. They care about white power. So what we learned with libertarians is that they wanted to have rights, more expanded rights, but it was for whites. They wanted to be able to say the N-word. They call people wetbacks, illegals. That's what they wanted. So like we learned that like a lot of times it's like Crackhead Barney, very famous activist nowadays. On TikTok you can find her. She taught me a lot. She's like, for who? Just justice for who? Freedom for who? Free speech for who? You know, injustice for who? You can reverse that. Injustice for who? For people of color. You know, someone's got their trash out here. It's about to rain, y'all. Anyhow, so I guess I'm gonna go find some place to be. Yeah, they went through my press kit. They took my idea out. They mucked up my camera. They went through all my crap. For what? For filming them doing an arrest after bringing an AR-15 out against a black crowd at a club, at an after-hours club, where there's a rapper and his entourage, and lots of twerking, lots of partying, just people having fun. White people can have fun. White people can have a rave at 4 a.m. on a footbridge out here, and it's not a problem. It's not a problem until someone of color pulls out a cell phone. It's not a problem until the cops bring out their guns. The cops have guns, and they use the guns. Yeah, it's starting to blow. It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. The city can't take care of its own trash, as you see. The city's in disarray. They're not maintaining anything. They're just maintaining their populations in jail because they get paid like $100, $200 a day for each inmate by the state. The sheriff's department does, so they try to keep and maintain full of jails as they can. The police are part of bringing their victims in there, and a lot of them are false arrests. A lot of people will plea out a false arrest instead of fighting it. You got to fight that stuff, y'all. You got to fight tooth and nail for your rights. You can't just roll over for the police. You're hurting us all when you do that. You're hurting us all. By the way, I got a silly braid in my hair. I'm not going to show you, but they took my hair tie, and I have long hair. Long-haired hippies. Looks like Rosemary that died. That Rosemary's pretty dead. That's Rosemary. What's this? Oh, maybe it's not Rosemary. Maybe it's this stuff. What is it? It's interesting. Interesting plant. It smells good. It's like a crawling rosemary, but I don't know if it's rosemary or not. It might be related. And these pretty little flowers. I got a lot of flowers also. So if you look, this used to be the Central Library in Austin, and they put up no trespassing signs for a while there. They took them down, but it's public property, and they would force the homeless to go anywhere but here, or force homeless to go anywhere but where they were. And then they couldn't come here, which was ridiculous. I told one of the at one of the events here where they were hacking the homeless with blockchain biometrics for Mayor Bloomberg, New York City. Yeah, I was telling one of the clerks or someone that worked in municipal court that was there, I'm like, you know, that's illegal, unconstitutional to say you can't be on private property or you're trespassing. I mean, public property, you're trespassing because you pay taxes for this. It's open, anybody can go here. It's not posted, there's no fence. It was posted, but there's no posted coming in. There's only a post on the wall, so as long as you don't go past that point, you should be fine, right? Don't go past the sign. Approach the sign, don't go past the sign. And they agreed, and they took all these signs down because it was unconstitutional, illegal. So sometimes you can put a bug in their ear because they just go on as they want to go on. This little tree can't get no water. Sometimes they just go on because they want to go on. They don't really care about the law sometimes. That's what you got to be aware of. That's the old bus. I mean the old Falk Library. Falk Library. Take the street down. I might walk. I don't care. I'm just like, I can't believe I was in jail again. But I'm cool. Like, I got to audit the jail, see the kind of stuff, file grievance, got more stuff for a lawsuit, let them violate my constitutional rights and others. So it's not all about me. Whatever they're doing to me, they're doing 10 times worse to someone that's disabled and in a wheelchair. Your veterans, your women, people with no legs, no arms, people that are sick with pneumonia. They treat them like shit. Their mental health care at the jail is shit. The psych nurses need medical care themselves because they're psycho. You got your plantation markers up in here. Lots of plantations from the 1800s. Still, you know, like the Onion Creek plantation and Dixie Road down in southeast Austin. You know, these are prized properties, but they're covered in blood. These places are covered in blood. You can buy this one here. Oh no, it's a law office and a S squared and red bud advisory. Cloth shit. Might rain, might not rain. Feels like sprinkling. It's definitely sprinkling right now and blowing. I haven't looked at the radar map, but if there's any lightning, I'm gonna try to get paid for that because I'm a weatherman. I do B-roll for Stringer Media, and they buy my weather videos all the time. Not every time, but often. And I get 35, 40 bucks for 5 minutes work. It's a good deal. I don't know what that works out to hourly, but I don't get paid hourly. It's piecemeal. It's a gig economy. I don't know if you can see the rain. There's another plantation house. Cops and plantations, and Indeed, this is a terrible company. They work with the police. They sell your data to spammers. I have a friend that signed up for Indeed and got a ton of spam. Trying to get a job and you end up getting harassed by spammers. So like this guy here sitting in the walkway, violating the law. Don't block the box. I don't see the signs here, but you can't park in the crosswalk. Everybody knows that. What the heck? What does it matter? Probably a lawyer. Lawyers. There was a lawyer. Okay, I didn't tell you. This lawyer, Carlos whatever, that said he was on the cover of the Wall Street Journal and he was telling the judge that in magistration, in jail, he was in the jail uniform just like the rest of us. He was in jail. He got a homeless woman and took advantage of her, put her in his garage, and then attacked her and assaulted her, and she had him arrested for assault. And then he wanted to yell at me that whatever, that I'm gonna talk crap about my work, and he has never even heard of me. He's not even, I don't know what lawyer hasn't heard of my work. I mean, you're not an activist lawyer. He's just pleaing people out. Most of these lawyers are just pleaing people out. Look at all this crap. Da-da-da-da, white power, it's all white power. Yeah, so that's how it goes. All you gotta do is get on the south side of the wall watch. There you go, just like that. Piece of cake. Leaves in the breeze all over the place. Stuff flying in the air. It's a storm coming through. Just beginning. The storm coming through, just beginning. Decisions. Do I want to be out in that or not? If I stand here, the anti-homeless police brigade will come after me. They're standing. So if you're a citizen or not, if you're standing in Austin, they've got a bunch of anti-homeless brigades coming through. They got the street team, the safety team, downtown Austin Alliance, block by block, APD, you got the security. Literally, if you're on a sidewalk, public sidewalk, it's owned and maintained and created by the city for pedestrians. That's it. But they don't care about that. They're not caring. These people don't care about the law. They more care about white power. White power. Well, you can see the rain coming off up here. There's toilet paper up there hanging out of the parking garage. I think I got mush on right now. Yeah, I think I got a little water on my hands. We're outside some fancy ass building. The Black Sheep Coffee. White power everywhere. So white people aren't afraid to stand around in general unless you're homeless. The rest of us are. Windy if I get off this wall. Super windy. Coming hard. It's okay. There's actually a public parking lot across the street. I can go to. It's just in my nature not to stand still. I do rest. I thought I just got a lot of sleep. About, what is it, 36 hours worth of sleep or so? I got to do some Tai Chi. Advantage and rapes women without consent, in my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, but like the way it sounded, he was in there for aggravated or for assault, class A misdemeanor, a higher charge than me. Oh yeah, what I got? Oh yeah, thanks, man. It's coming in. It's coming in. The storm, windy as heck. Oh yeah. You too. Temporary fire department connection. Okay. So I'm not catching any wind right here on the east side of the street. So it's coming in from the northeast, I would say. Yeah, it's coming in from the northeast. I think it's coming in from the east because I'm not getting anything over here. But there is some water on the ground. It'll be good for my plants. I got a lot of plants. Flowers, and I killed my rosemary. I transplanted it. I don't know if it's gonna make it. I'm gonna get some more. It takes them a while to grow, but they did good. They're drought and freeze tolerant, and their medicine. Rosemary is an antibiotic, antiviral. Just to let y'all know, y'all COVID scary people, like there are natural medicines that you can take without putting yourself on a ventilator and putting yourself in a coma. This guy right here is deaf. That man Robert, he's deaf. He's homeless. I took him out of the storm and freeze. Took him to the cold weather shelter. I don't know. I might have saved him a digit, might have saved him a limb, might have saved his life. I don't know. But after that, just recently, cops during South by Southwest, cops threw him on his face. I don't think he speaks much sign language. I guess I'm supposed to take this stupid ass. Can you tell the Waymo cars to go? Oh, Zooks. Zooks! So this is Republic Square Park, where Street Forum meets every Sunday. There's Bridget right there. Come downtown to slay. There's Bridget right there. She does legislative work for marginalized communities.